Okay, hello there. Today we're going to take a look at how to take in a man's shirt. If you've got an awkward husband like I have, Al, then he's got a big neck and a smaller body. So we always have these problems. We always end up with baggy shirts because he needs to tie up around his big neck. Right, I'm going to use this shirt as my template because this one fits. And how they've done that, if you look at the back of the shirt, they've got these two darts in place. Some shirts don't have them. So all they are, there's no cutting involved, all you're doing is making a dart down the fabric. Where you put the dart is important, but that is all you're doing. So you're taking it in by this much each side, so that's 1 inch, and obviously because there are two darts, you're actually taking it in 2 inches at the back, which makes it a little bit more tailored. Now this one's already been done, so we're going to have a look at another one and see how to do that. So where to place your dart, it's important they're the same distance apart. So find the centre of your shirt, go from the armpit, and you want the top of the dart to finish at 2 inches or 5 centimetres. You want the bottom of the dart to finish at 2 inches from the bottom of that seam there, or 5 centimetres. So you've got your two end points. If, however, you've got a shirt like this one that's already got a pin tuck in the yoke, it won't work. It won't look right by having a dart there as well, because you're going to end up with all these weird folds. So if your shirt is already doing that, this isn't for you if you've already got this on your shirt. You see that all right? Okay, so now I've got another shirt that hasn't got these in. You need to find the middle of your shirt, alright? So that is the middle of the shirt. This will make sense in a second when you look at this, because the middle of that dart, what is left of that, is in the middle of this distance here. So I've simply found the middle of this shirt by folding it over and also by measuring out. So find the middle of your shirt, that's the important thing to do, and mark it either with pins or with tailor's chalk to mark the centre. Then mark 2 inches down, because that is going to be the top of your dart, and 2 inches up. I'm showing you on this black one because unfortunately I don't have another shirt to demonstrate. So we're looking at one that's already done and we're just transferring that across. So that dart there is in the middle of that distance from the centre. It's a quarter-way across. So we've just performed the same task again. We either measure it out and find the middle, which is the easiest way, which is 5. So I now know that is where the dart has to go. So that is the point where I come up to make the dart. That is the centre. So I'm going to turn that across the other way because we need to work on the inside. That is my centre of my dart. I worked that way round because it had the stripes on it and it was easy for you to see what I was doing and where I was coming from. So we know that is now where that dart is going to go. We know that there and that there is the top and the bottom. So we're just going to pull that in. And if you have a look at this one, it's not pulled in by very much, about 1/2 inch. Otherwise you'll end up with the back being too much more narrow than the front and it won't sit properly. But if you just want a little bit of tailoring from the back, and that's the main place that you want it from, this is a nice neat little trick. Okay, so that being the case, that is our dart there. We know that is going to be where it's got to go. We know that crease there is the middle, so I'm just going to come in that 1/2 inch. Keep it in a dead straight line. That's the crucial part. Okay, so it's in a dead straight line. I know that is the bottom, so I know by the time I get to there I've got to be back like that. So I'm swinging it round. I know that's the top. So that leaves me then to sew down where those pins are. There. So that is where I'm going to be sewing down. So let's go back to this one and have a look, and you can see, so that pin out, so it's holding it together. it narrows, you have to come back out to where the material is, so you're almost curving it round to the centre point. Don't go any further, and then you're curving it back. Can you see that? So what remains for me to now do is to do that on the black shirt. So when you've sewn that in, and then you can see there, because it's come back to where the fabric is flat, you just get that nice finish. When you've done that side, clearly you need to do the other side. So this is basically a quarter away across as well as the other one. Now I have another shirt here, which is problematic, because we needed to get a huge size collar, because it's a tux one, we're going out on a posh date. So because of that, it had to be able to do up properly at the neck, so we went for a bigger size. So even though this one has already got the sewing in place, can you see it's already got a dart, it was still too big because we had to go for the next neck size up. So what I'm going to do here is just make that a little bit more pronounced. So all I've done there is, because it's already got the dart, I'm going to make it just a little bit more deeper. So I'm just going to sew down. So if you've already got a dart in your shirt and it's too big still, just make it a little bit bigger, the dart. But you're still doing exactly the same process, tailoring it in, so you come back here at this end, tailoring it there, and it's deeper in the middle. But if you've already got a dart and you're just following that line of stitching, it's quite easy. Don't overdo it so that you end up with the front of the shirt really, really baggy compared to the back. So when you lay it down, still make sure that when it's pulled across, it does sit properly. You can, of course, if you want to take your shirt in, undo all of this and take it in, but my golly, that is so complicated. This is just a quick fix. So, hope that's been of some help, alright, and thanks for watching all our videos, Deriton 33. It just remains now for Al to wear it and for us to have a really good night out. Yay!